one of the biggest things is hockey is a predominantly white sport, but our team is very diverse. We have 3 black girls, 2 Asian, so I feel like it's really an inclusive space, and that really helps you accept who you are and be confident in who you are when you know there's people who look like you in the game of hockey and they're on your team and you're all excelling.
We were invited to the Leafs game, and it was so fun. We got to sit in the box and everything, and seeing all the younger girls' face, they were just so happy about it. It's almost like they were proud to be who they were and not ashamed in any sort of way. And also shedding a light on those girls, telling them how I got to where I am today, being an inspiration for them because they're younger and they want to get to where I am, and they want to know how I got here, how it was for me, and sharing my story and to help them in a way to get where they want to be.
Really, it means a lot to me. It was really good first meeting them, and I feel like we've gotten a lot closer, especially going to all the events together, and I just feel really good being around them. We have a special connection.
I first played because my dad was a professional hockey player. He played in the Q all of his life. He grew up, he loved it. So then he put me and my sisters into hockey, and I used to call my grampy after every game, tell him I scored so many goals, and I was lying because I could barely even skate at the time. And they used to call me crazy legs because my arms would move really fast, but my legs wouldn't move. And my first coach ever was Kevin Greco, who used to be the coach of the junior team. And I loved hockey. The second I started, I would practice all the time, and I learned to flick the puck in the top corners when I was young, so I'd get 20 goals a game in take, and yeah, I just took off from there, never looked back. Yeah, he was always the hardest worker. He said at the beginning of his university career he'd get 1 shift a game, and he said he scored every shift, which I don't think is true, but he tells me that. I'm sure I'll tell my kids that too. But no, he's had probably a tougher journey than I have. He's really protected me a lot and really helped me excel in the game because he's had to go through the difficulties. He's really guided me in a way, and I think his journey was different than most because he grew up in Nova Scotia and they don't have the most competitive hockey ever. So he came, played in the Quebec League, and then went back to Dal, and he loved it there. So I think his experience, what he really learned through his hockey experience, is that hard work is the most important thing for a player, and then to also work on your shot. You have to have a good shot, learn positioning, be coachable. He's taught me that, to be a very coachable human being and just be respectful. My hockey journey's been pretty positive. I loved all the teams I was on. As I said before, I grew up with most of the girls I'm playing with now. So it's been a pretty positive experience. I've been able to excel and do amazing things in the game of hockey and make some of my best friends, and I really enjoyed it.
I was about 4 years old, and I just grown up watching my cousins and my older siblings playing, and my brother had practice one day, but he didn't want to go on. And I was with my dad, and I was like, okay, I'll go on, let me go on. So he put me on, and then ever since then, he took me out skating, and we'd go out, and he'd teach me how to skate and would hold on to me, and I'd just go until I got to the point where he gave me a stick, and then I was able to go on my own. Well, my dad has been a big part of me starting hockey and continuing hockey. He just, growing up, he always just, pushed me, he was always, there, going to practices. He always comes to the games and, supports me. I know he's always behind the net, that's one thing. He's always watching. Even, with his little iPad, he likes to record sometimes. Even if he, can't make it to a game, he makes sure he's online, or, he'll text me after or call me, how was it? Same with practice. He'll be how'd it go? Were you working hard? What did you guys do? And he just always like pushes me and is always there to support me. Another role model would probably be my cousin. I just look up to her after just kind of being able to watch her from when I was younger and she was around, and then seeing her go off to play college hockey and pursue her dreams, and then play. She's currently playing for Buffalo Buttes, so I just look up to her.
I started playing hockey when I was 2. Like, my dad put my first pair of skates on, and he built a rink in our backyard, and that's where I really learned how to play, and that's where I fell in love with hockey. And ever since then, my dad has been pushing me to do my best and to just love the game and learn to love the game. He's been teaching me a lot of lessons along the way, both like on the ice and off the ice. So like off the ice will correspond with on the ice as well. So it's just learning a lot from him, and the exposure he also brings me around older girls playing hockey, my neighbors playing hockey, and just exposed me to a lot of hockey, which I loved. I went to Ancaster for a year, and it was a totally different community, and I love that as well. So it's like coming from Burlington and then going to a different organization and being the new kid again, and like feeling accepted and knowing that girls don't care if you come from another team or what you look like or who you are. They're just going to accept you and help you learn and grow as a player. I think now I see a lot of people joining hockey, and for me, being a part of that community was something special because I feel like that's just a part of me now. And it's great to see a lot of young girls and a lot of young black girls joining hockey now.
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest things is hockey is a predominantly white sport, but our team is very diverse. We have 3 black girls, 2 Asians, so I feel like it's really an inclusive space. And that really helps you like accept who you are and be confident in who you are when you know there's people who look like you in the game of hockey and they're on your team, you're all excelling, and it makes for a more positive experience. Also, just the girls on the team are just great human beings, and they've been raised and taught to be respectful and to be caring and kind to everyone. So it's made like everything really comfortable, and we kind of just have a good time, and everyone on the team I really enjoy hanging out with.
I've seen it grow just like with things like the Black Girls Hockey Club. Like when we went out there a few weeks ago, just seeing like we were the oldest girls there, but seeing like all the little girls who were just like there having fun, smiling, just getting into the game. It was good to see, just knowing that they're out there like trying to play and like put themselves into the game.
Well, the Black Girls Hockey Club is an organization that's looking to encourage and support black girls in the game of hockey through funding, and then like they believe that representation is key. You're able to achieve if you're able to see it first.
We were invited to like the Leafs game, and it was so fun. Like, we got to sit in the box and everything, and seeing like all the younger girls' face, they were just so happy about it. So it's almost like they were proud to be who they were and not ashamed in any sort of way. And also shedding a light on those girls, like telling them how I got to where I am today, being an inspiration for them because they're younger and they want to get to where I am, and they want to know how I got here, how it was for me, and sharing my story and to help them in a way to get where they want to be.
You look at like the NHL, there's still very few black hockey players. There is more than when my dad played. So every generation it is getting better. There's people like Sarah Nurse who we get to look up to, PK Subban, like amazing hockey players. But I think in terms of like overall development, I still feel like hockey has a long way to go in terms of just inclusivity for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're black, Asian, white. Like, I feel like everyone should have a spot in hockey because it is such a great game and there's so much potential for it. And I just feel like they're still missing the mark sometimes on the terms of inclusivity, and there's still a lot of hatefulness that surrounds hockey. We see it in the news all the time. Not so long ago, people were being thrown bananas at and called the N-word. So I feel like there's still a culture in hockey that's still accepted where it isn't in most places in the world that needs to be kind of rid of. And I feel like that starts out with the players and like the coaches and what they expect. And I think that's why our team's so different. Our coaches have always expected everyone to be treated with respect no matter what they looked like. So I feel like that's really important for the overall hockey population to kind of learn that they need to be respectful. And just because it's a game, just because you're competitive, doesn't mean you're allowed to be overtly racist just because you want to win.
I think we need those leadership roles that are like those black males or black females to show those younger kids that who are those descents that, well, I can go and be that person too. I want to be him, I want to be her, I want to grow up to be her. Oh, she's just like me, she looks like me, I want to grow up and I want to be her. And it's kind of like influential in a way.
I think it's moving in the right direction. I know like a lot of things have been like social media, just like groups like coming together, trying to support other people and just like back them up so that they can like be like involved in the game and like do what they love.
I definitely think we got a lot closer, and I really appreciate having other girls on the team that are colored and also have experienced things that I've also experienced and have similar stories, and it's also great learning from them both on the ice and off the ice and learning new things about them and just doing like the club with each other. It's fun.
I played with Deja for a long time, but this is the first year with Charlie, and I feel like having girls who look like you and you're able to talk to and understand different perspectives in a way is really cool, and it is actually really, really fun to be able to play with black girls because that doesn't happen very often. And I feel like we've been able to connect on a lot, whether it's hair, what hair we're gonna wear for social media day, or music we love to listen to, or just certain things that we connect on. It's been a really fun experience, and I've made really good connections with them, and I was really happy to play with not one but two black girls this year, so that was really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. The team is very accepting, very uplifting too, so you're never really down. They're always lifting you up, and they're a great group of girls to work with. I've learned a lot from many of them on the ice, and personally, like, you can always open up to the girls with anything and they're always there for you. This is just one of the best teams I've ever been on. I just love the girls here.
The Burlington Barracudas beat the Oakville Hornets 3-1 and take the season series 2-1 here at Mainway Arena and continue to remain undefeated here in 2023. Burlington continues to remain atop the league in the U22 Elite.
Well, I think like Colin, his big message is like always work hard, work together as a team. And I think that's really helped us. Another thing is like in the room, everyone's like really close friends, so everyone loves to hang out. So it's kind of like chemistry on the ice. It's more easy to like perform when you really enjoy who you're playing with and enjoy coming to the rink every day.
I think we're all starting to connect a lot more, especially on the ice, like on and off the ice. In practices, we just try and work on our passing especially. That's one thing Colin makes sure like we can always get better at passing. So, and I feel like that helps in our game, just connecting on passes, being able to lead up to goals.
I think we're doing great at passing and having our head up, like getting those pucks to each other, knowing where each other are, and I think Colin focusing on the little details really gets us to where we are today, because getting those little details perfect just helps our game a lot.
And I think we all enjoy that, so it's been a lot of fun this year. And winning always helps that. I feel like our confidence is pretty high right now because we've been winning so much, so we've been able to try new things and work well together.
I'm definitely very happy for them because they're gonna start a new part in their journey and expand their hockey career even more, and I'm just so proud of them for getting where they are today. But it's also sad that they're leaving because they were great mentors to me and I learned so much from them.
It's going to be sad to see them go, especially after the season, just bonding with them and just becoming close. But I'm happy for them as they're moving on with their life and getting on to better things. So that'll be good for them.
Well, I've played with like a lot of the girls who are graduating for like my whole life. So it's fun to kind of get to celebrate my final year with all of them. I'm excited just to be a senior and enjoy this time of life. Everyone tells me it's the best years of your life, so I just want to live it up and make the most of it and, I don't know, have fun with my teammates. Yeah, I feel like it's a good show, especially I feel like at the end of the season it'll make sure we're playing good hockey before going into the playoffs. Because I know when you play with like a lot of not as competitive teams, it is you tend to get off your game a bit. So I feel like having a few hard games at the end will help us settle in and make sure we're ready, and hopefully we win them, and that will give us some confidence knowing that we're good enough to go in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good test for us. I know some teams we've played haven't been as like much competition, but we've played some good teams and we've won. So I feel like we'll have a good shot playing against those good teams.
Well, I definitely think it's going to be a challenge, but I definitely think our team loves challenges, and it's going to help us get better. It's going to help us know where we are, what we need to fix, and just playing together and going 100% the whole game it's fun. I like it a lot. Just having competition it's nice. Yeah.
Last year, it was disappointing because I thought we were a better team than how we did. And then this year, it's a really nice surprise because when we started off, no one thought we were going to be as good as we are. So it's been really nice to be winning and doing well as a team.
It's definitely an achievement to have gotten first during the season because I feel like it's definitely a lot more difficult. You know, it's spread out more, it's more evenly played. You really get to see like who deserves what place in the league. It's not just kind of if you show up and have a bad game, any team can win. It's if you show up for the whole season, you get what you deserve at the end of the season. I definitely feel like our team deserved to get first this year.
With all the teams that Colin has coached, his big key to success has always been hard work. And I think this team has showed that just by pushing through a lot of adversity. We've had so many injuries. I mean, we've played teams down in the States with like 7 forwards and 4D, and we've been able to still beat some pretty top teams.
Yeah, just like the younger girls or girls who want to get to where I am right now, just not give up, and it doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, you can do anything.